Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of Gentoo, your source for all things gaming and tech related. I'm Keegan Cooper.
You're not Aaron.
I'm not.
And I'm Wesley Ellington. Let's jump right into this week's up-and-coming releases. You can see these games and many more released throughout the month on your favorite platforms.
This week we've got the remaster of a fan-favorite Zelda game, as well as a game where you play as everyone's least favorite annoying bird.
The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening comes out for the Switch on September 20th. This game is getting a new complete HD makeover for the 1993 classic, including new music, sound effects, amiibo support, and a switch to 3D from the original 2D view of the game.
Untitled Goose Game releases for the PC and Switch on September 20th. In this game you play as, you guessed it, a goose. You run around a sleepy village tormenting all of those who reside there with all of your annoying antics, including honking. So much honking.
It's a lot of honking in that game.
So much honking.
Groundhog Day, Like Father, Like Son, releases on PC VR and PSVR on September 17th. In the sequel to the Bill Murray classic Groundhog Day, you play as Phil Connors Jr., who is having the worst day of his life in the small town of Punxsutawney.
These games and many more will be releasing throughout the month, so be sure to be on the lookout for them.
Up next, check out The Finer Things with Quinn.
The wind's really picking up.
Yeah, it is.
Hey everybody, welcome to an all-new episode of The Finer Things, the show where we examine games for their artistic value. As always, my name is Quinn Foose, and today we'll be discussing developer Campo Santo's highly rated indie game released in 2016, Firewatch. Firewatch is a mystery adventure set in the Wyoming wilderness, in which you play as a man named Henry who is just beginning his new job as a temporary fire lookout. The first thing that stood out to me about the game was the odd art style that the developers decided to showcase. The animation is an unexpected combination of a cartoon and a realism, and I have to imagine that this came out of an artistic decision by the developers to present a 2D art concept as a 3D world in as direct a transition as possible. The concept art that was developed for the game looked a lot like screenshots that anyone could get from the game today, and the developers had to find a way to translate those 2D images into a 3D space, and their solution was the end product that we see in Firewatch. This is the reason that at any given moment in the Wyoming summer sun, you can feel like you're walking through a painting. The story presented in Firewatch is a sad one. I won't spoil anything here, but by the end of the roughly 6-hour-long experience, I actually felt somewhat emotionally drained. However, it isn't an intricate experience by any means. The story has only a few major plot points to it, progressing over week or month-long time jumps, and it feels somewhat minimalistic. This in no way devalues the mystery that unfolds over the course of the game. In fact, it's fairly impressive how deep of a story Campo Santo was able to tell in such a short playtime. Throughout the story, Henry feels lonely, peaceful, and completely overwhelmed, sometimes all at once, and as the player, your time wandering through the unnamed Wyoming forest feels the exact same. The creative team involved used a smart combination of elements that we've discussed, as well as others, to accomplish this projection of emotion onto the player so that we could experience the art as was intended. The visual style, narrative, and music all combine to tell Henry's sad story of what basically boils down to a midlife crisis and a small and isolated landscape.
Are you concerned about the Greenwood fire?
I wasn't. Should I be?
Well, the wind is really picking up.
It's 2.5 miles off. And it's gonna have to break at the canyon, right?
All right. Well, use your best judgment.
Now, despite the sad ending, I really enjoyed my time playing Firewatch. It has a great story that, ignoring the occasional monotony of actually walking around the forest, pulled me in and kept me playing until I'd completed the 6-hour experience all in one sitting. I was pleasantly surprised, and I think you will be too, so make sure to check out Firewatch, and thank you for joining me today on The Finer Things. Make sure not to miss the next episode when we examine a new game. Thanks for watching.
This week's most anticipated title is the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, Call of Duty is definitely an important series from my childhood. The run of games from the first Modern Warfare to Black Ops had me consumed. I would pick up each iteration on release day, and then I'd play it for the full year until the next game. Around Modern Warfare 3, I started getting burnt out. It seemed more and more like I was shelling out $60 every year for a reskin. I thought Black Ops 4 would maybe reinvigorate the franchise, but dropped the game after a month as it was no better. I'd been very skeptical of this new Modern Warfare ever since it was announced. The normal marketing campaign kicked off with them promising a new engine to bridge the graphical gap that Call of Duty has been behind for a while, and a more weighty and realistic feel that people instantly started saying would be similar to Rainbow Six Siege's. I'd been let down by their promises before, so I made sure to keep my expectations in check. I must say that after getting my hands on the alpha and beta of the game, I'm actually impressed so far. The maps look run down, which adds to the more realistic setting that the developers say that they're aiming for. The guns feel like they require skill and patience, which is a nice change from having loads of weapons with no recoil. I love the sound and the feel of the weapons, as well as how unforgiving it can be if you get caught out in the open. The time to kill feels much closer to the previously compared Rainbow Six, and I think that's excellent. Having said that, I really can't get on board with the decision to remove the minimap. With a change to bigger maps and kill streaks instead of point streaks, the matches feel eerie because a lot of players simply don't move. I should add that I don't have an issue at all with the game being slower and more tactical, but I do think that it can be both of these things and still have a permanent minimap. I understand that the compass is there, but having no minimap just feels like an unnecessary change, and also makes it harder to identify the location of teammates. I think the maps are fine from what I've played. If you're used to the 3-lane style that Call of Duty is known for, it might seem a little more complicated. There's a few more ways to approach firefights, and the maps have a good bit of verticality to them. The new double-time sprint allows for quick traversal from cover to cover, and it's a great addition in my opinion. Some things that do need to be fixed though are enemy footsteps. They're really quiet, and I've been ran up on several times without a clue that anyone was nearby. Another possible issue is head glitching. There's been moments where I see the top of someone's head for 2 seconds, and then suddenly I get killed by them from behind their cover. I really don't want this to be another case of my hype exceeding the final product for the Call of Duty series, as it could be the nail in the coffin for me. But with the open beta still running, I plan on spending enough time on it to decide if this game will be a purchase for me. But as it stands, I'm really excited about it, especially compared to where I was just a few months ago. Now that's all for this week. Thanks for listening to the most anticipated games.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Cooper Challenge Arena, right here on Gentoo.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Cooper Challenge Arena. This week we've got a throwback on the Nintendo Wii. It's Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and our special guest is the producer of Nerdmageddon board games.
Molly Gardner.
Ooh, Molly, are you ready for this?
I'm so ready. This is my childhood.
So it's simple, folks. Each week a new game, a new challenge, and a new competitor. And of course, Molly, she's not gonna win this week. I don't know. It's gonna be the best 2 out of 3, and the winner wins, and the loser will do, of course, the challenge, which I know you're all waiting to hear. This week, whoever the loser is will do the Chubby Bunny Challenge, but also have to sing a song that the winner gets to choose. It could be anything from Let It Go,
let it go,
to Take Me Home Country Road.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
So, let's get into the gameplay, Molly.
So, I'm an OG Kirby person. So, what was that about?
Ooh, it's okay. It's okay. That was a test. Oh, yep. That's all I need. That's all I need, folks. I don't know. Gosh, I don't know the saying. Oh, Smash Ball. That's all I need. That's all I need. Let's go for the Smash Ball. That's all I can't let happen. Yep.
Oh God.
I'm not a big marshmallow person either. I'm sorry to do this to you, Molly, but round 1 is. You just hate me. You just hate me. I was about to say it was in the bag. All right, it's tied now, but I got the damage on it. Oh. Good night. Fox.
Let's go,
Always
Yoshi.
one of my favorite characters in anything. And keep in mind, if I win this round, it's over, Mom. Yeah, goodbye, Yoshi. Yes. 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 Oh, I needed that. Oh, folks. Oh, folks. Oh, folks. Folks, goodbye, Yoshi! Well, Molly, I hate to say it, but guess you'll be singing some tunes with some marshmallows. Well, thank you, Molly, for joining me. I hope you're ready to sing some Take Me Home Country Roads with those wonderful marshmallows in your mouth, of course.
Hello, my name is Molly Gardner, and sadly I'm here because I lost the Cooper Challenge Arena. The song is Take Me Home Country Roads by John Denver.
So here we go. Alright, so there's one. It's only gonna be like 2. I have a small mouth. Okay. Let's try one more.
Welcome to another edition of Game Breakers. I'm your host, Wesley Ellington, and this week we're going to be playing Madden 19. Oh!
You should be playing Madden 20.
Okay. We'll play Madden 20. Whew, that did not feel good. But today, guys, we're playing both Madden 19 and Madden 20, and I'm excited to bring these to you guys. We're comparing them just like we did NBA 2K last week. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off at number 1 is locomotion. Now, this is something that's kind of hard to explain just over audio because it's just one of those things that you kind of pick the game up and you feel for yourself. But locomotion in Madden 19 is terrible. It's absolutely trash. It's horrible. I tried using one of the most elusive runners in the league as Christian McCaffrey, but it did nothing for the game. Me moving side to side just didn't feel natural. It didn't feel real, and honestly, it's just that bad. Now, guys, it's time to compare Madden 20. But starting off first, guys, let's just look at the shadows, the color. It looks entirely different, and honestly, that changed the experience so much from Madden 19 to Madden 20. But back to locomotion. I tried replicating the exact same scene with Christian McCaffrey, had the same teams and everything, but I was able to get a player that was similar to his style. Now, the differences in absolute movement in this game is so different from Madden 19. I mean, when you turn your body, you don't do a weird slide shuffle thing. You literally pivot like a human would. And the game feels so much more better than Madden 19 ever could have dreamt of. I'm so excited to see what else the game can do when it comes to locomotion and playing with different players. But honestly, starting off, guys, when I just put my hands on it, it really feels so much better than Madden 19. Alright, moving on to the next part of gameplay that changed in Madden 20, it's the X Factor, or the lack thereof in Madden 19. In real life, the pace of the game is determined by the quarterback and how hot he's feeling. In Madden 20, there's an actual mechanic to where if you're playing well, you play better, like in real life. Madden 19 really suffers from not having that realistic pace to it, and lacking that nuance of creativity really pushes the game backwards. Now, maybe this is something that I've noticed just because I've played Madden 20, but there was always something kind of missing in Madden 19. It just didn't feel real. It never really had a pace to it, and Madden 19 really succeeds at you having full control over the pace of the game. Now, Madden 20's X Factor changes the game absolutely. I play with Patrick Mahomes, and maybe it's just because he's a cover athlete, but it's probably some of the most fun I've ever had playing Madden. I mean, I had control over the pace of the game, and whenever I racked up completions, I felt the pace of the game change. And that's all the time that we have for this week. I appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of Game Breakers. We'll see you next week.
Welcome back to a new episode of Project Delta. I'm Dalton Speece, and with me this week is
Keegan Cooper.
And we are finally on Gears of War 5. I do not know Gears of War 5 at all. Keegan, you want to go ahead and hit start match for us?
Yeah, no problem. I know a little bit about it. It's been a while since I've gotten...
It's the X button, Keegan.
I pressed the X button. I have pressed the X button.
Oh, we're counting down. Neither of us are very aware of what's happening right now.
Oh my God.
I have never played any Gears of War at all, but Keegan has played some Gears of War, so hopefully he can tell us what's going on while I listen and maybe soak up some information.
No, definitely. Gears of War 5 is, oh my gosh, it's just so aesthetically pleasing. I mean, just you'll see some of the old guns, some of the old characters, but some new characters they're introducing, and the story is really you're going to get in-depth information about kind of the story of the Locust, and you get to play as Kate Diaz, and she's kind of an outsider. So she's not really in with the other group, and you'll see some older characters return. So I am really excited for the story, and I can't wait to see what it is.
Yeah, see, I've played a little bit of Gears too, and by a little bit, I mean literally one mission on Gears of War 2. So, I'm not exactly a grizzled veteran or anything. I do know Coltrane was one of the best boys that you could play as. He was quite the meme. And I don't think he's around anymore because he's probably dead.
Yeah.
But, so can you give us a little bit, I just got hit by a train. That's a pretty good start to the game.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, so we're on Asylum, which is one of the maps for horde mode, so you got to be careful of the train.
Yeah, you know, when I think Asylum, I think like, you know, just giant trains just running to like hit me. Oh, that was the coal train coming back for revenge.
There it is, yeah.
But so can you give us a little bit more of a scoop of what's going on with this story? I know doing my research online, because, you know, I like to research things. I find Kate might be like one of the bad guys, and she's trying to figure out like her whole past and what's going on with her. Is that what's going on?
So Kate is an outsider of the Locust, to
Okay.
kind of explain that. And it's not really, obviously, I haven't played the story yet, so I'm not too sure, but she is. She's on that path to kind of find out the origins of her and the Locust. Oh yeah, there's enemies everywhere. But she's on kind of that path to kind of figure out who she is and where she's going to be in the story of years, which is really exciting. Oh yeah, and the chainsaw's back, boys.
Oh yeah, let's see some chainsaw action.
Oh, come here.
Oh, he might get it. But so with Gears 5, maybe they just like the number 5. Maybe they did it on purpose. Gears 5 has 5 different modes that you can play in. Of course, obviously there's campaign, which we've been talking about with Kate and the rest of everybody. We actually just died on the first wave of beginner difficulty. So
it's a
this
rough time.
game, you know, I can see the game journalists are going to say, man, this game is just way too hard. But so we're playing, obviously there's the campaign. Right now we're playing Horde mode, which is a little bit tougher than I expected, but also I didn't expect trains. So, you know, they kind of threw that one at me, and it didn't help out very much. But so, of course, there's Horde mode. There's this new mode, which is called Escape.
Yes.
Which I'm sure you heard of. And they've got, what I read is it's like a suicide mission pretty much. It's you and 2 of your friends get dumped inside of a locust hive.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to, it's kind of like Left 4 Dead is what I'm understanding, is you're supposed to destroy the hive and, you know, get out of there, but you gotta destroy all the locusts. And of course, there'll be leaderboards, because who doesn't love being the best? So the people who get the fastest times. There's also things that are like kind of like, they remind me of skulls from Halo.
Yes.
And you can make the game harder for yourself, because this game isn't hard enough already. But gosh, everybody is just on me right now. Dude, we did it.
There we go.
Look at the key. We beat the first wave.
The rust is it's coming off now, folks.
Oh yeah, we're just like a rusty chainsaw. But so yeah, like you and your friends, you get dumped in there, and you have to escape this place while also destroying everybody and having a great time. There's the classic versus, which is just all your multiplayer modes. There's an arcade mode, which is within versus. It's basically like your regular team deathmatch type thing. There's King of the Hill. There's I believe 10 different game types, which is great. You know,
it's crazy. Gears is just expanding.
Yeah, which is great. It's Xbox needs an exclusive that people want to play that isn't called Halo. So, you know, like,
I think it's going to be Gears. I really do.
It better be, because, you know, something's got to make this Xbox Game Pass worth it.
Yeah, but no, I'm excited to see just for escape mode, kind of the different hives and the different maps.
Which also with that, the 5th mode that they have in this game is Map Creator, where you can make your own escape maps.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so that's in there. And alongside that, you also, I'm sure you know Mario Maker.
Yeah.
And in Mario Maker, for you to put your map out there, you have to be able to beat it yourself. So if you want to, like, you know, torment all of your friends and make sure that they're having a rough time, you have to beat it yourself, which I think is awesome. Because, like, you know, when I think of Mario Maker, in order for you to finish those maps of that difficulty, you have to beat them yourself. So not only do you have to be really good at making maps, you have to be really good at just basic Mario in general, which is, you know, kind of crazy. But it's really neat for people who are good at the game to be able to punish their friends, which is really what gaming's all about. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
So along with that, I just think that finally Microsoft might have something. Gears has always been, I don't want to say in the shadows, because it's been their marquee game not named Halo and not named Forza. Which, man, you know, Forza, good game. Every time they show at E3, I get to see a brand new car I'll never be able to afford.
Same.
But yeah, I understand this is a super incredibly gory game. Maybe I'll try and get. I don't even have a lance around me, so much for the whole chainsaw kill thing.
You just gotta get up in there and get nasty.
I'll use my combat knife. What is this? This is like a thunder gun.
Oh yeah.
I'll knife some boys.
Oh gosh, it is definitely like the game of gore. I love it.
Yeah, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. Of course, you can turn the gore off if you're one of those kind of people who can't take the gore. But those of us who can't get enough, you know, it's a good time. And speaking of good times, we're actually made it to Wave 3, which after dying at the first wave, I'm kind of impressed. But if I was comparing this to like Call of Duty Zombies, I'd say we're really bad. But you know, we're doing this thing.
Oh, there we go. This shotgun is, yes.
Can you just drop your Lancer for me?
Oh gosh, no, I can't. It's mine.
So much for your charity and goodwill.
Hey, I have.
Oh, see, I don't like these things running at me like this.
Oh yeah, no. Oh god.
Please.
You gotta pull out the shotgun.
That's like. Please stay away.
You gotta pull out the Gnasher.
The Gnasher.
It just destroys.
I think I have a taser.
Oh.
It's a repair tool.
Oh,
so
nice.
It might as well be a taser, you know.
Wave 3.
Keegan, I can't believe we're doing this.
We are doing it. Good.
We are doing it. This is I'll say it's my first time playing Gears of War ever. And you know, you're kind of carrying me. I'd say the scoreboard looks like that. You're kind of carrying me, but you know.
Casual doubling.
I'm having a fun time, and I think maybe there's just a little chance that I might actually play this game. And really, that's all that matters, is making people play games. And so, you know, of course, I want to thank you for coming on, and I want to thank everybody for watching. Hopefully we don't die on round 1 again, but, you know, we'll see. And we'll see you next week on Project Delta.